White House release, published Thursday, August 7, 2025. Improving oversight of federal grant-making. The President has issued an order to improve federal grant-making and prevent wasteful spending. The order states that every tax dollar should benefit Americans or advance national interests. It raises concerns about grants funding projects such as drag shows in Ecuador, critical race theory training, and transgender sexual education programs. The order also notes that many National Science Foundation grants in 2024 went to diversity, equity, and inclusion initiatives and other projects described as far left. The statement highlights concerns about grants supporting anti-American ideologies, unsafe research labs abroad, and social media censorship tools. It also points to grants given to organizations serving illegal immigrants and groups working against American interests overseas. The order criticizes the effectiveness of federally funded research, noting issues with reproducibility in cases of data falsification. It says much grant money goes to university administrative costs instead of research. The grant review process is described as complex and favors applicants with more resources. Lack of coordination between agencies leads to duplication and unfocused research. To address these issues, the order calls for stronger oversight, better coordination, and streamlined agency grant-making. It emphasizes that tax revenue is held in trust for the American people. The order defines key terms and requires each agency head to appoint a senior appointee to review new funding announcements and discretionary grants. This process must ensure consistency with agency priorities and the national interest. Agency heads must appoint senior officials to review discretionary grant awards each year for alignment with priorities and progress. There must be accountability for those selecting and granting awards. Until new processes are in place, agencies cannot announce new funding opportunities without approval from the designated senior official unless required by law. Senior appointees must use independent judgment when reviewing funding announcements and awards. Grants cannot fund racial preferences, denial of the sex binary, illegal immigration, or activities that threaten public safety or promote anti-American values. Preference should go to institutions with lower indirect costs and a broad range of recipients. Research grants should balance immediate results with potential for long-term breakthroughs. Applicants must commit to following administration policies on gold standard science. Awards should include clear benchmarks for success. Agencies should prioritize institutions committed to rigorous, reproducible research over those with only historical prestige. Peer review may be used, but is advisory only. The director will revise guidance to streamline applications and allow grants to be terminated if they no longer serve agency or national interests. Guidance will also limit facility and administrative costs for discretionary grants. Within 30 days, agencies must review and report on their grant terms, including if they allow termination for convenience or national interest. Agencies must update grants to allow immediate termination if priorities change. Future grant agreements should require agency approval before funds are drawn down and require grantees to provide detailed explanations for each request. Nothing in this order changes existing legal authority or budget functions. Implementation depends on available funding and must follow the law. This order does not create any legal rights or benefits enforceable against the United States or its agencies. If any part of this order is found invalid, the rest remains in effect. The Office of Management and Budget will cover publishing costs. Thanks for listening. The full source material for this summary is in the description below.